Democrats keep claiming Trump is lying about obliterating Iran's nuclear facilities.
I just do not think the president was telling the truth when he said this program was obliterated.
Trump said that the nuclear stockpile was completely and totally obliterated. I did not receive an adequate answer to that question.
The administration has done a tremendous disservice to itself and to our military men and women by claiming that the job is all done.
President Trump is deliberately misleading the country about the results of the military action he took.
Right. So what a shocker. Those three do not think positive things about the president and his military operation. So President Trump had no choice but to drop a bunker buster on the doubters.
It's been obliterated. It would be years before they could ever get going. But I don't believe that they're going to go back into nuclear anytime soon. They spent over $1 trillion on nuclear, and they never got it together.
If the intelligence reports conclude that Iran can enrich uranium to a level that concerns you, would you consider bombing the country again?
Without question, absolutely. They're exhausted. And Israel's exhausted, too. And I dealt with both of them. And they both wanted it settled. The last thing they're thinking about right now is nuclear.
Well, he wasn't done yet. President Trump later posted a lengthy truth lashing out at the Supreme Leader Khomeini for claiming Iran won the war with Israel. Trump says he wouldn't let Israel terminate his life. Quote, this, I saved him from a very ugly and ignominious death, and he does not have to say thank you, President Trump. So it's true. The Israelis knew exactly where he was. They did not kill him, but they were not afraid to kill him after they took out Nasrallah, and nothing really happened except for Lebanon went back to the Lebanese. I thought it was very telling, Jesse, when Bernie Moreno said last night to Laura Ingraham, one of the Democrats in that montage we just said, we actually have that soundbite? Like, since I can't do my Bernie Moreno imitation, here is what he sounded like saying the exact same thing.
One of the Democrats that you just had on your program was in the confidential briefing in the SCIF today and said to General Kane, the operation that you ran will go down in the annals of American history as the greatest military operation ever conducted. A Democrat said that today. What's sick, Laura, is that they then go on TV and do everything possible politically to undermine the administration. This is not what they believe. This is just pure political grotesque behavior.
Well, who's telling the truth, Bernie Moreno, about what they were like behind closed doors, or those three in front of the cameras?
Is it annals or annals?
Annals.
Is it annals? I think it's annals.
Glad we clarified that. Thank you.
I noticed it.
Yeah, so you guys go in there, Jessica, and you did this during Russiagate. You go in and you get briefed on classified info, and you go out and you lie about it. I mean, why do we even trust you guys? You guys shouldn't even be briefed. You should just take a year and just chill, and we'll brief other people, because you can't be trusted with classified information. It's almost like common sense, Brian. When's the last time an American bomb didn't work? Nam? I mean, how many dud bombs have we ever dropped? And these things are so accurate. We perfected the smart bomb in the Desert Storm. It's not like we're not going to hit what we want to hit. And these things went all the way down this air shaft and exploded 6 times in the middle of this cavern. The whole thing's a fire pit. You can't know 100% what happened inside because you can't get inside.
Yet, 46 years we've been trying the talking route. It has not worked out well. So now they've at least set back significantly, maybe forever, Katie, the nuclear program. Everyone should agree on that. And the one thing I think Democrats are missing out on is that they deserve credit. During this whole mission started in 2009 to find a way to blow up their program should they get the call from a president. Now you go from Bush to Obama to Biden to Trump to Trump to Biden, now back to Trump. And he goes, you know what? I'm done talking. I'm going to take it out. If I'm Senator Murphy, I say, look, we had that option. I think a few presidents had that option. They worked on it together, just like the bin Laden raid. Every other administration deserved credit along with President Obama.
It's an American mission.
That's what it was.
For the vast majority, Democrats, Republicans, have always said Iran can't get a nuclear weapon. So just give Trump the win. Why do you have to go
Or the
be
military
political
to
about
win,
it?
yeah.
Exactly. They have to be political about it because they just can't give the president the win. I keep thinking about the stories that came out right before this happened. You know, oh, maybe the bunker buster bombs won't work. Maybe B-2s aren't enough. Maybe Trump should use a tactical nuke. Can you imagine if he had used a tactical nuke, the criticism he would have received from Democrats as well, that it was overkill? Because he wanted to make sure that everything was destroyed and there was no question about that. And then he took this route and still, you know, there's this leak, which everybody, if you care about making sure that these things don't damage American sources, American intelligence, that the leaks don't happen prematurely. We all want information. We all want to know what happened. We want to know if the job was done. There's still maybe more work to do.
Guys, we'll get right back to the clip. I want to show you the rest of this. You don't want to miss what's coming next, guys. But you're seeing it plain as day. Trump ordered the strike. Our military executed it with surgical precision. Iran's nuclear program was absolutely flattened. But instead of celebrating an American win, the usual suspects rush in with the same tired script. He's lying. It wasn't that effective. We need more proof. Guys, are you kidding me? These were the same people who were in the classified briefings who told General Keane this mission would go down as one of the greatest in military history, and then walked out, looked into the cameras, and acted like it was a disaster. Guys, you think that's a coincidence? They hate Trump more than they love the truth. Don't let them rewrite history, guys. Don't let them spin another success into failure just because it makes their side look bad. If you're fired up about what you're seeing right here, guys, do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's help push this truth past the media filter. Now, let's get back to this clip, guys, because it only gets crazier from here.
But this idea that you would send out half-truths about the information and imply that it was that the mission was not complete is pretty low, even when it comes to politics.
I think the Middle East is about to be made over. Jessica, you've been firmly in Israel's court throughout this entire 2.5 years since October 7th. But I would say also it's going to be very interesting to see who leaked the DIA, because the DIA is the same group that said Ukraine would last 2 days. They said Ukraine can't withstand an invasion. They'll be done in 2 days. Kyiv will fall. And now we find out with low confidence that they think we only set back their program 2 to 3 months. And I just think that whoever, if it is a Democrat that leaked it, I think it's just as guilty the DIA person who feels as though they could just go work the lawmakers to make sure that, I guess, Trump and the military don't feel like they won on Sunday night.
Well, I take issue with the fact that we seem to, over and over again, treat our intel officers as if they're not part of the United States government and that they're not our warriors of a different kind. They're not the ones going out there dropping the bombs, but they are the ones collecting enough intelligence to make sure that we can do that effectively.
But would you say they diminish themselves when they pick up the phone and call a reporter?
None of us know exactly how this happened, so we should wait to find out. I think that leaks can be incredibly dangerous. I think that the pilots that did this, that dreamed about this for 15 years and have trained with pinpoint precision to be able to pull this off, deserve all the credit in the world. But I also don't think that it diminishes what they accomplished to ask questions like, where are the 900 pounds of 60% enriched uranium? And you notice a theme from the Republican senators and Congress people coming out of these private briefings. Senator Cotton, for instance, Mike McCall in the House, for instance, they keep just separating and say, well, that wasn't the point of the mission. Wasn't the point of the mission to deal with the fact that they got the uranium out, probably because the president was signaling on social media that this was going to happen and that we don't know where it is. And I think that's why people like Senator Murphy are saying, how far does this actually set it back? Maybe only a few months if they're walking around with it in uranium that is at 60% enriched.
Okay, hold on. Hang on, guys. We're going to roll the rest of the clip in just a second. But first, let's break this down. And let's stop and acknowledge something. When the foreign minister of Iran admits serious damage, when our own intelligence shows the program was obliterated, when pilots who trained for 15 years finally execute this mission with total success and Democrats still call it a failure, guys, that's not political disagreement. That's deliberate deception. And how about those leaks? Classified intel being passed to reporters just to give the media a tool to undermine Trump and the U.S. military. These aren't whistleblowers, guys. These are saboteurs. And it's sickening. Why do these people always side with our enemies over our president? Let me know in the comments what you think, guys. Do you think Trump should have gone even harder, or was this the perfect move at the perfect time? And if you believe in standing strong for the truth, guys, become a channel member today, guys. Help us fight back against this media war, one video at a time. All right, now back to the rest of this clip, guys. You're going to want to see how this ends.
Can't do anything with it, Jessica,
They also can't
because all
say.
their sites are destroyed.
Okay,
And
I'm just saying
Kennedy,
they're
can I
two
just go to
separate
you? The
issues.
foreign minister came out of Iran, who I think is pulling for Iran for total victory, said admitted in an interview that the U.S. strikes caused serious damage to Tehran's nuclear facilities. He reiterated it, and it went directly against with the grand Ayatollah.
Yeah.
And can you imagine Ayatollah that wasn't grand? Came out and said, oh, it was no big deal.
I haven't been to Iran. I haven't met the Ayatollah. I cannot comment on his grandness at this time.
And I will not back you into a corner.
I just don't have the information.
Right.
You know, maybe Chris Murphy does. Maybe Chris Murphy knows how grand
He
the
knows
Ayatollah is.
everything.
But yeah, the foreign minister comes out, and obviously the United States wants to get Iran back to the table. They said they want to do it without a third party, no mediation. They want Iran to come to the table.
No more
so
notes.
No more notes, no more help. Too many notes. But the foreign minister came out and said, yeah, it's decimated. He sounded like Pete Hegseth.
Exactly.
He was like,
Pete called him and said, calm down. Take it down.
A pilot. No, he was like, you're plaplagiarizing me. All right, knock it off.
I'm going to sue.
Yeah, I'll sue you.
It's a very
I'll go
everyone
to
sues us
Qatar
these
and
days.
sue you.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But, you know, it's like I do take issue with lawmakers who go into these confidential, classified briefings and come out. And even, you know, it's like they do this fruity little tap dance where they come out in front of the cameras and they make all of these implications. We saw Adam Schiff do that, like, whoa, you won't believe the information that I've got.
Because I'm making
and
it up.
he was totally making it up. It was an absolute falsehood because they don't have the means for verification that they're claiming that they have.
Yeah.
And a lot of this is spitballing. The Iranians don't know what exactly is happening. And yes, there are lawmakers who are like, well, that wasn't the point of the strike. They had 25 minutes in Iranian airspace, and so they went after the 3 nuclear sites. They didn't have 2.5 days to go, is that the uranium? Are those the trucks? Is that the 900 pounds? And so, yes, that wasn't on the target list. I hope to God this is the only thing we have to do. But between Van Hollen and Murphy and Dick Durbin and Denang Dick, like all the dicks, you know, they're all asking for more bombs, which seems very odd given the past position of the Democrat Party.
It's crazy, but it's an exciting time. If we get the Gaza thing done, there might be a chance at a Middle East that tries to be productive instead of be destructive. I feel like you had to say something, Jesse.
Not anymore. After the Danan Dick comment, I just lost.
You just lost. You just
I
lost all
lost
your
my train of
momentum.
thought.
I understand. Kennedy, how dare you? Apologize to him in the break.
I will in the break.
Okay, guys, let me say this loud and clear. What Donald Trump did was bold, it was calculated, and guys, it was successful. He didn't wait for Iran to talk things out. He didn't beg for a deal while they enriched uranium behind our backs, guys. He took action. He took decisive action. And guess what? It worked. But instead of credit, guys, he gets mocked. Instead of support, he gets sabotaged. These people would rather lie to your face than admit that a conservative president just outmaneuvered one of the most dangerous regimes on the planet. And worse, they think that you won't notice. They think that if they repeat the lie enough times, that it only delayed Iran a few months, that the bomb didn't work, that Trump exaggerated, that you'll just move on, that you'll forget what actually happened. But guys, don't forget. Don't let them steal the truth from you. This wasn't just a military success, guys. This was a message. This was a message to Iran. This was a message to Israel, to the world. America doesn't bow. America doesn't beg. And guess what? America doesn't bluff. Trump proved that. And they hate him for it. So now it's up to us, guys, to cut through the spin, to defend our military, to hold the liars accountable. You can't trust the media to tell the story, but you can trust this channel, guys, to show you the truth that they're not going to touch. Like this video if you stand with the truth. Subscribe, guys. If you've made it all the way to this part of the video, guys, join the community. Subscribe to stay updated on stories that the mainstream media is not covering. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Let's keep the fight going.